Shalom, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and shalom to the elect out there pushing this truth in all sincerity throughout the four quarters of the earth. Lord willing, we be of that number. It's your brother Tobiah Yaakov now coming at you. Real quick lesson, Lord willing, is edifying. I kind of want to go into Salakium. Power. This is all through the Spirit. So just typing in power. Just getting a broad definition. It says power. The ability or capacity to act or do something effectively. That was first definition. Second definition, a specific capacity, faculty, or aptitude. Third definition, physical strength or force exerted or capable of being exerted. Synonym, strength. So power is synonymous with strength. And the truth, we absolutely know who our power is, man. I'm typing in power into my Xord and picking out the first. We got Genesis 31:6, and ye know that with all my power I have served your father. Okay, this is speaking of Jacob leaving Laban. I'll read what's said here in the little caption here. It says, Jacob was a remarkable mixture. He had an eminently religious nature and had intimate dealings with the Most High. Note Genesis 31:3, Genesis 31:5, 31:7, 31:18. But he grossly represented the Most High's dealings with him when he gave but he grossly misrepresented the Heavenly Father's dealings with him when he gave his wives the reasons on which he proposed flight. Note 31:9, 31:13 of Genesis. So the flesh and spirit struggle for mastery within us all. That's heavy right there. So the flesh and spirit struggle for mastery within us all, and only as the grace of the Heavenly Father enters our hearts can we come into the absolute supremacy of the spiritual and divine. Galatians 5:17. The secret departure was very undignified and unworthy of the heir of the promises. So I'm not going to go any further into that. But what I would like to harp on is, so the flesh and the spirit struggle for mastery within us all. Yeah, man. That's power. That's power. It says, and only as the grace of the Heavenly Father enters our heart can we come into the absolute supremacy of the spiritual and divine. Let's see what this says. It says Galatians 5:17. What does it say? For the flesh lusteth against the spirit. That's right. And the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, All right. So what brings to mind is Jacob and Esau, two different manner of nations, two different spirits in the same womb, man. Okay. One is of a carnal nature and the other is of a spiritual nature. One is chosen of the Most High, the Heavenly Father, and the other one is rejected of the Most High, that being Esau, Edom. All right. It says, Galatians 5:17, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. That brings to mind that, we're in a captivity. We're under the curses, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, those that are, of that seed line, look like the other nations. We're under a captivity. This is punishment, man. We're in prison. So even though we may find little glimpses of joy here and there, we're still in prison if you have the right understanding. This is all according to the Lord, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the one they ignorantly call God and Jesus. All right. Hey, this thing is heavy. This is heavy. All right. It says, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. So you want to do right, but your flesh is pulling at you. I think, Paul wrote about this. So the things that I would, I'll grab it. But the flesh basically, we don't have to grab it, but the flesh wars against the spirit, man. And what's so beautiful is that the Lord gave us eyes to see past the flesh. To a certain degree, some brothers have a degree of spirituality different than other brothers. I wouldn't say greater, or it's just different. Sometimes it is kind of greater. When you're speaking of faith, some brothers lean more into, have their vessels kind of lean more toward carnal things. It's evident. You can see how another individual will sow to the flesh a lot, depend on fleshly things, money and timing. You know what I'm saying? These sorts of things, man. But ultimately, faith is where it's at, man. What the scriptures say, so we live by faith, man. This is I would just go 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Let's see what sight means in that context. What does sight mean? 2 Corinthians 5:7. All right. Sight G1491 says a view that is form literally or figuratively. Appearance, fashion, shape, sight. That brings to mind those that are basically they're in their sight is fashioned to the ways of this world, man. Babylon the Great, right? Fashioned to the image of the beast, spoken of in the book of Revelation, man. There's going to be a certain of us that will not bow to the beast or its image or its mark, so forth and so on, man. Okay. I hate this search engine, man. You know how you get something like an app that don't want to give you what you want, man. You just like, man, just go straight to Google. Just go straight to Google. Oh, quit it, man. Quit it. Salaki.